What's up YouTube? ODST Journal back again with some more Fallout Shelter. I know I put to be continued thing up on the last one and my shelter was looking quite a bit different than this, but you know, I decided to skip ahead, get rid of the other recording I had, or at least the rest of it I should say, and continued on, played for a little while here, and decided to give my opinions. I've learned a few tricks since you know, I downloaded the game couple days, well, 2 days ago. Not even that, but you know, let's start with how my base has changed here. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's moved around into different positions. Got a lot of new rooms and stuff. Now, there's a lot of tips and tricks for this, and I want to just kind of try and cover some of it before giving my opinions of how I feel about the game about a day and a half after downloading it. So, the first thing is I don't have any at this point now because they had a kid while I was asleep. But pregnant vault dwellers? I get that from vault dwellers. They will not fight. They won't do any emergency cleanup, and by emergency cleanup I mean fighting mole rats and putting out fires. Not mole rats, rad roaches. Anyways. Oh, she's again. Nope, you're not. Back. Oh, 3 people with shotguns and the laser, the plasma pistol should be able to take care of this here. Yeah, my people have definitely gotten a lot more armed since the last video. Shooting still sucks though. So let's see the damage those did. You're bad enough that you warrant that. Everybody in this room got messed up. Bear with at least one person with a gun, that wouldn't be the case, but I guess not. Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, there's a lot of different things. So like pregnant women, they won't fight, they won't do anything, they'll just run away from the combat. And they also can't go out into the wastelands, so don't bother giving anybody pregnant weapon or anything. It's pointless unless you have so many spares and you don't have enough people to go around, and then that way they got a weapon when they're, you know, when they have the child, then yeah, sure, I guess. But you know, if you're like me and you have, you know, maybe a quarter of your people armed and then the rest don't, you know, don't waste the weapon on the pregnant person. When sending people out into the wasteland, if you want them to find better loot, your best chance of finding it is having higher luck. Which is why I sent this guy out, because even though he's not really good at anything else, he's got fairly high luck with that shirt on. I mean, I could probably find somebody better at this point if I were to look through all my people. I'm sure I could, but you know, at this point, I like to send him and this guy out because he's got really high luck as well. His is 5, so I could get him to get really high luck and he would still have other high qualities, but between these two, he finds a lot of stuff and he does a lot of damage, so he can go out there for quite a while without having to come back. So let's go ahead and send him out actually. Go ahead and heal him fully before he leaves. It might not be necessary, but I like to do so anyways. He might be out there all day, so I've never sent anybody out for as long as I'm expecting him to go out there for. We'll just send him out for a little while and we'll recall him before I leave for work here today. Okay, so rooms and upgrading and stuff. If you, this threw me off at first. If you're upgrading a room and you're trying to merge them together, if you have 2 rooms that are already upgraded or 1 room that's upgraded, and you go to merge it with another room, that room, you have to build it and then you have to upgrade if you want to merge them. Otherwise, if you build all 3 as base rooms and then upgrade them, they will upgrade merged for much cheaper. Stay down there. And you know, if power supply, if you're having issues where basically you keep running out of power and you're having a hard time getting past that, I was reading a tip where it's advised that you build closer to the power center. That way, it'll shut off rooms farthest away. Your least file room should be farthest away. Obviously, I don't have that set up properly here. I've got my storage room and my living quarters here. But that's because by the time I had this built and everything, it was too expensive for me to move it. So once I start getting further down, and there's a lot of room here, obviously, I can, you know, remedy that on lower levels. Another thing I've noticed, and I've seen it not happen one time out of a day and a half of playing, is when raiders attack, they'll usually come in here, they'll fight whoever's in here if you have anybody, as long as these guys are set up before they get in. They'll come into this room, whoever's on this floor here, they'll come in here. Once in a while, they'll bypass whoever the first room is and go straight to the second room if you have one. And then they'll go down the elevator to go here. Now this is nice with my setup because there isn't really a whole lot of damage they can do. I don't know if they can steal anything from storage if I have anything in there, because right now I don't have any. Oh, I got this, I guess. I forgot I took that off, and I was gonna send somebody out with that. But you know, like I was saying though, they can't really steal anything as far as I'm aware, so it gives you a lot of room. If you have bigger rooms here where you don't have production people that aren't armed or you're worried about getting hurt, you can fill these up with soldiers, and most of the time they're gonna come through here and just get annihilated. So I'll have my most powerful guys in here because obviously they're gonna do the most damage, then second most powerful, third most powerful, so on and so forth. The only time I've had raiders get down this far was when they went in like a random path, and instead of going here, they just went straight through here, went down, and then went into this room and then went down here, instead of going boom, boom. I got my radio room, which time ran out, and I guess I didn't get Vault Dweller. So this isn't guaranteed to get a Vault Dweller. It's just yeah, I did upgrade it, which increases the chance. Assuming if I do that 4,500 upgrade, it pretty much ensures a free Vault Dweller, but not too worried about that, at least not yet. What else? What else? What else? I know there's probably some other stuff, but I'm not really thinking of anything right offhand. So I will give my impressions on it. Because right now, you know, there's a fair amount of stuff I've had happen in it, and I kind of realized why people don't really bother streaming this or anything anymore. Like after like the first day, nope, I never really saw too many big people streaming this or playing it again. And the reason for that is well, it's fun building these, you know, this community here, and you got the whole ant farm view thing going. There's really nothing that you've got going on. See, right now it's like, okay, you know, I got $500. You know, I could in theory build something to try and merge rooms together so I could get a lunchbox, but beyond that, really nothing I've got going on. You know, just managing my people, making sure my things don't go down too low, and fending off attacks from raiders. And then I'm just stuck waiting on these people to come back from exploring the wasteland. Which he's already found 25 caps, good for him. Oh, they both have. I found it takes about an hour and a half for them to find anything good. Close to 2 hours. Which of these rooms is perception? I have to remember. Water treatment plant. Okay, no, I took this off somebody down here. So what's yours raises perception, huh? I don't know. I use that. Shoot. 1 perception, 2 agility. You can have that because that's going to increase your productivity. These all raise perception by 1, 2 endurance, so it's going to make them more durable. They shouldn't really need endurance down here, but you never know. I mean, they are touching dirt, so they are most likely to see red roaches. Now let's call them mole rats again. Oh yeah, so anything touching dirt, you'll get a red roach in. I should have 18 now. Perfect. Okay, so yeah. Upgrading this with 1 room gives you 3, and then increasing the size for the upgraded version gives you 4. Not a huge difference, to be honest with you. But I don't have any extra people in there, so I don't know if that might make a difference in increasing the number of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another storage room, I guess. Maybe I'll do another lab here, just so I have a spare one ready. Part of me doesn't want to build this yet just for power consumption concerns, but at the same time, I need to get that lunchbox, so I'm taking a little of risk with it and just hoping that I keep everything balanced with it. If I need to, I'll call back a vault dweller, help out. Just keep 1 person out instead of 2. But, you know, the longer these guys are out together, the more likely they are to do something effective. I'll probably just keep Phillips out, or Philip or whatever his name is, out to continue to work, since he's a higher level and he seems to very rarely get hurt. I think he could probably go on most, if not all day, without me needing to recall him. Rock, paper, scissors with a beaker and a rag, it looks like. Sponge or something. You got the old school armor and the newer stuff. Armed. Got. So yeah, this would be a bad room to go into if they just happen to walk in here straight off, because it's filled with 3 armed people with shotguns. These guys are my first line of defense. Somebody down here's got scope 44 too. Right now we're doing pretty good though, but like I said, I don't have anything to do now. I've got 149 bottle caps and nothing really to spend it on. Maybe build another power plant down here. That's what I'm gonna need next, is another power plant. But I don't even know if this one's max capacity. Yeah, this one's not even max capacity yet, so I could put another person in there and I wouldn't need to really worry about that. But that's gonna be my next big concern, is you know, worrying about my power supply, I think. Although if I can, I would prefer just get the weight room, because then I can upgrade these people, make them even more efficient in there. They're like my firefighting crew. They actually look like that. Yay. Okay. You didn't burn alive. Congratulations. You know, breeding does actually seem to make a pretty big difference too. You know, from what I've seen, you can actually breed certain traits into people. So all the vault dwellers are non-vault dwellers that I get in here that I put into my vault. They have mediocre traits usually. They're not really that great, but these like reward people like Lisa Cox and
Connected.
Oh, I don't want to be connected. I told you to disconnect. What happened there? Okay, well, get me an AFK, so I don't have to worry about anybody talking over me. Anyways, like I was saying, you know, that and I think Philip. I can't remember Philip's name all of a sudden, but he's got really good. Oh, it's Philip Sanders. He's got really good traits, and you know, depending on who you breed them with, from what I've seen, they can get good traits too. So let me see. I should have another Sanders here. Yeah, so Hannah Sanders has pretty decent traits, at least especially in perception and luck. I mean, I guess luck's not really any higher than anything else, but perception's pretty good, and then just generally decent stats all around. When you look at Hannah, I can't remember who Hannah's mom is. Unless Hannah was... Oh yeah, Hannah had to have been the daughter too. You get Heather Sanders. Also is good charisma passed on from the mother. Luck's kind of mediocre. Oh, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I was looking at it with a couple other people and it seemed like they had better traits than others. Like this person was, I think, a combination of Stephanie Fox and somebody else. I can't remember though for sure now. So never mind. Just forget about all that breeding stuff because I'm really not sure anymore. I can build up this way. Testing. Just want to see if I can build up that way though. If I can even build a second elevator set, I'm sure I could do that. Second elevator. I haven't really had to touch happiness either. I mean, I know there's a couple of tricks, like a couple has a baby, they'll be really happy and this and that, but I really had to play around with it all that much. I don't have anything to show you guys, so like I said, the game's kind of enjoyable. You know, it's fun building your little vault, but I mean, look at all this room I have left here. And I already don't have anything to show you guys because it basically stagnates. It becomes really difficult to grow your population. It takes hours to grow your population. And if you're trying to avoid spending money on... Not that one. If you're trying to avoid spending money on lunch boxes, then yeah, it's going to take forever to get anything from... You know, from the... lunchboxes through the reward system, so basically stuck waiting to send people out into the wasteland. So I know what Mr. So. Alright guys, we'll take it easy, make sure to tune in next time, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Alright, have a good one.